Thank you for joining us here on the NPTE Final Frontier podcast. My name is Dr. David Friedberg.
And my name is Dr. Emily Gerby. This episode, we're going to be diving into how to actually apply our sensitivity versus specificity rules. And this is part 3 of our research series.
All right, let's kick it off with a question. A clinician is evaluating a patient for lumbar radiculopathy using a test with a sensitivity of 0.91 and a specificity of 0.26. The test result is negative. Which interpretation is most appropriate? Option A, the condition is ruled in. Option B, the condition is ruled out. Option C, a positive result would confirm the condition. Option D, the test is high specificity.
All right, so let's review those option choices. But first, let's go back and highlight those key portions of this question. So we know we're dealing with a patient with lumbar radiculopathy, and the test has a sensitivity of 0.91 with a specificity of 0.26, and the test result was negative. So which interpretation would be most appropriate? Is it option A, the condition is ruled in? Well, when conditions are being ruled in, this requires a test with a high specificity. Now remember, for this question, there was a specificity of 0.26. That is in fact a very low specificity, meaning it's going to produce many false positives and is not useful for really confirming a diagnosis. So we can cross off option A. Next up, option B, the condition is ruled out. Sensitivity reflects the ability of a test to correctly identify individuals who have the condition, which does what? That helps us minimize false negatives. Now, a highly sensitive test, in this example, a sensitivity of 0.91 with a negative result, is very useful for ruling out the condition. So, option B is in fact the correct answer choice. Option B, the condition is being ruled out, is correct because again, we have a sensitivity of 0.91. Another great way to look at that is the rule of opposites, right? Option A and option B were direct opposites from one another, which helps us really kind of want to look at those option choices out of all of them. But let's not forget about option C and options D. So option C, a positive result would confirm the condition. This is incorrect because a test must have a high specificity to confirm a diagnosis. Because again, the specificity was low in this question, a positive result would not be reliable here, and we would not be able to confirm the diagnosis or condition. And then option D is also incorrect. The test has a high specificity because, again, a specificity of 0.26 would be very low, not high. And that indicates a higher likelihood, again, of something like a false positive. So, again, in summary, the condition here would be ruled out, meaning option B would be the correct option choice.
So now this question is testing your ability to interpret diagnostic test results and apply them clinically. So sensitivity, that's going to equal true positive rate, but which also minimizes false negatives. Specificity, that's going to be true negative rate, which minimizes false positives. So, in addition to that, think of sensitivity and specificity in terms of how you use the test in practice. A highly sensitive test is best for screening, which, if it is negative, you can confidently rule out the condition. A highly specific test is best for confirmation, which, if it is positive, you can confidently rule in the condition.
All right, awesome. So let's take this one step further and think of it like clinical reasoning flow. So the first thing we always want to do, identify which value is high. Is our sensitivity high or is our specificity high? Once we know that, next, let's look at the test result. Is our test result positive or negative? All right. So now we know which value is high and what our test results are. Now is when we apply that rule. So remember, sensitivity plus a negative result, meaning we can rule out the condition. If we have a highly specific test plus a positive result, we can rule in the condition. This is where we get that spin and snout mnemonic. Always connect. Once the statistic is given, identify what it represents and how it applies to that test result.
All right. Here is a quote from Simone Biles. Push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. I know right now you are listening to me and Emily. You have Dr. Singh and so many others by your side. We're not you, though. We can't take action for you. You have to be taking that action. You have to do it. You have to know what you're doing incorrectly and correct it. We can't correct it for you. We can give suggestions, give feedback, but at the end of the day, it is up to you. So continue to push yourself and go get your dreams. You are powerful. You are strong. You are a final frontier warrior. You will pass.
Thank you very much for listening. For more information on Final Frontier, please visit npteff.com. You can also go check out all of our social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X.
Till next time, have a great day and a powerful tomorrow.